Hello, hello. Thank you for being here with me. I'm sharing my synthesis and vocal readings of the passages most prominent to me from Jack Kornfield's A Path with Heart, a guide through the perils and promises of spiritual life. Life presents each of us with the very ingredients that we need in order to unlock our own enlightenment or spiritual blooming. Life offers us these ingredients, often repeatedly. In fact, when we find that there's some repetition in the themes or the overarching impact of life experiences that we're going through, we can really count on the suggestion that that's where the keys that will unlock our doors are likely placed. By cultivating a full acceptance of everything that's involved in the human condition and feeding the presence that requires, we can gain access to our own unique awakening, which is characterized by love, compassion, understanding, peace, interest, awe, wonder, this vivid sensation of remembering an interconnection with everything. We gain proximity to what feels to be the source of our energy. And in so doing, we re-engage with its profoundly mysterious nature. Without further ado, I'll move on toward today's vocal readings. Enjoy.
A Path with Heart, a guide through the perils and promises of spiritual life, by Jack Kornfield. Page 26. When we let go of our battles and open our heart to things as they are, then we come to rest in the present moment. This is the beginning and the end of spiritual practice. Only in this moment can we discover that which is timeless, and only here can we find the love that we seek. Love in the past is simply memory, and love in the future is fantasy. Only in the reality of the present can we love, can we awaken, can we find peace and understanding and connection with ourselves and the world. Page 50. When we touch beneath all the busyness of thought, we discover a sweet, healing silence, an inherent peacefulness in each of us, a goodness of heart, strength, and wholeness that is our birthright. This basic goodness is sometimes called our original nature or Buddha nature. When we return to our original nature, when we see all the ways of the mind and yet rest in this peace and goodness, we discover the healing of the mind. Page 62. As we learn to let go into the present, the breath breathes itself, allowing the flow of sensations in the body to move and open. There can come an openness and ease. Like a skilled dancer, we allow the breath and body to float and move unhindered, yet all the while being present to enjoy the opening. Page 71. Like the young maiden in the fairy tale Rumpelstiltskin, who's locked in a room full of straw, we often do not realize that the straw around us is gold in disguise. The basic principle of spiritual life is that our problems become the very place to discover wisdom and love. Page 80. Meditation may bring us face to face with a longing that keeps many of our lives in motion. At first, the longing will appear to be a poison to get rid of if we can. But if we investigate it, we will find built into our longing a yearning for its opposite, the wholeness and connectedness that we seek. Somehow, we must already be able to sense this completeness within us. So, our longing is a reflection of this possibility. When we open and accept our longings, then the longing and emptiness itself can become included in a greater loving whole. Page 98. Initially, doubts may come as demons and resistance. It's not working today. I'm not ready. It's too hard. These could be called small doubts. After some practice, we can learn to work skillfully with them. Beyond them rises another level of doubt, one which is truly useful to us. It is called the great doubt, the deep desire to know our true nature or the meaning of love or freedom. The great doubt asks, who am I? Or what is freedom? Or what is the end of suffering? This powerful questioning is a source of energy and inspiration. A spirit of true inquiry is essential to enliven and deepen our spiritual practice, to keep it from being imitative. Working with this spirit, we find that buried under doubt is hidden treasure. The demon of small doubts can lead to the discovery of our great doubt and to a clarity that awakens our whole life. Page 164. If we'd been seeking strength through control over ourselves and others, we discover that was only a false version of strength, that truth and inherent strength appear in moments of deep silence and wholeness, when we rest unshakably with things as they are. If we'd been seeking beauty or love through others, or in states that perfect our mind, this too comes whole and unbidden when desires and longings themselves come to rest. This is awakening to our Buddha nature. Page 261. Each of us must learn to become our own authority. This and this alone will liberate us. Remember the Buddha's advice to the confused villagers of Kalamas. We must look for ourselves at our own lives, regardless of the views of others, and only when that practice is clearly beneficial should we follow it. With a loving heart, we must ask, am I becoming more isolated, obnoxious, lost, or addicted? Am I increasing my suffering? Are clarity and freedom growing in me? Is there a greater capacity to know what is true for myself, to be compassionate and tolerant? In answering these questions, we must do something even more difficult than posing them. We must tell the truth to ourselves, and we must speak the truth in our communities. Page 302. In widening our circle of practice, we discover the capacity of our heart to bear witness to the suffering of the world and experience our heart expanding, connecting in compassion to all life. The Bodhisattva within us knows that true love is irresistible and unconquerable, and that it transforms whatever it touches. Amazingly, to live a life as a Bodhisattva is not grand or idealistic. It is simply bringing to every circumstance a spirit of love, openness, and freedom. Then our very being transforms the world around us. Page 322. Maturing on the spiritual path opens up for us 1,000 possibilities. All the magic and enchantment of the 10,000 things that appear before us come alive in a new way. Our thinking and feelings open to an expanded palette. We experience more deeply both the beauty and the sorrow of life. We can see with new eyes and hear the whole great song of life.